Welcome to Showcase Richmond. I'm DiNardo. For many middle school age kids who are home alone after school, they may face the temptation to zone out with video games, phones, or get into trouble. Well, NextUp RVA is helping kids transform this time of day into something engaging and positive. NextUp RVA is the focus of today's Community Spotlight, made possible by Hailey Buick GMC. And with us now are Barry Moore, the General Manager of Hailey Buick GMC, and Barbara Kudo-Sipe, the Executive Director of NextUp RVA. Welcome to both of you. Barry, why did you want to put the Hailey spotlight on this group, NextUp RVA?
You know, it's like you said at the beginning, it's about the kids, and our future is our kids. And what better topic to talk about? I know the mayor, LeVar Stoney, is behind. We were just talking about that before this and what they're doing in Richmond. So I'd like to share this message and let Barbara tell people what this group is doing.
All right, let's find out. Barbara, again, welcome to Showcase Richmond. Welcome to this segment here, and tell us about NextUp RVA and your role.
Sure, thanks, and thanks for having me, guys. So I'm the Executive Director. I've been with the organization for about 3.5 years as its first Executive Director. We're a young organization, and we were started because the community recognized that middle school kids in the city of Richmond need more things to do, more positive things to do. And in Richmond, we have lots of amazing organizations that do arts programs and science programs, but kids weren't really able to get to them. Okay. And so what we do is we coordinate those programs and actually bring them into the schools. So when the bell rings at the end of the day, our kids in middle school keep learning for another 2.5 to 3 hours.
Really covering that core time of 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
That's right.
And so what are some of the enrichment opportunities that NextUp provides? You mentioned a few.
Yeah, so we have programs from yoga to martial arts. We have gardening programs at all of our schools, soccer programs, also robotics teams. This is the first time that in all 3 of our middle schools that we're partnering with currently, every middle school has a robotics team. And so they're competing against the counties, they're competing against other county schools outside of Richmond. We also have science programs in addition to robotics, but kids go down to VCU and do forensic science with the School of Forensic Science at VCU. So it's everything you can think of.
How do you measure your success, and is it by the impact of the lives you're touching?
Yeah, so you touched on one of the reasons for us, and that is to keep our kids safe and make sure they're doing positive things. But the other thing is that kids need additional learning opportunities outside of the classroom to not only enforce what they're learning in the day, but also to help them shape who they want to be and to know what all is possible in their future. So what we look to impact on a day-to-day basis are how are our kids doing? Are they coming to school every day? Are we improving their attendance, which is a big issue for our kids in the city? Are we improving their behavior, not only after school, but also during the day? Do they feel more hopeful about their future as well? And then lastly, their course performance. So are they getting better at language and reading and math? And we found that they are, that kids who are staying after school are doing better. They're coming to school more often. They're improving their behavior and they're making better grades.
All right. If you'd like to learn more about NextUp RVA or get involved, give them a call today, 804-330-7400. Also on the web at nextuprva.org and on Facebook, facebook.com, NextUpRVA. You can email Barbara at bcsipe@nextuprva.org. Barry, I want to switch gears, come back to you now. I like this program, but let's just quickly talk here. What's going on at Hailey Buick GMC?
Got a lot of things going on. Obviously, springtime is the time to get your battery checked, your tires checked, your air pressures absolutely changed during the winter.
Right.
A lot of potholes, your car is definitely out of alignment. So bring it in and get it checked. In the battery, if it's not cranking strong, come by, we'll just do a free battery check.
Can't beat that at all. They are the car doctors, that is, at Hailey Buick GMC, located on Midlothian Turnpike. Give them a call today, 320-9054. Remember, they do more than just beautify the roads of Richmond. They help the community.